Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. Today we're ranking all 8 Rocky villains. Yes, there's 8. I'm also including Thunderlips from Rocky 3. And I'm not including Spider Rico from the original Rocky, and all the other villains that were in those minor fights from Rocky 3 and a couple stuff. None of the minor villains, but I am including Thunderlips because why not? And not much else to say, but let's get started with the minifigure review and go check out my Rocky playlist with all the Rocky videos I have so far. And let's get started. So for today's minifigure, we have Poe Dameron. So, one of the Rebel pilots from the Resistance Bomber set. Really like the front printing. All the little belts and that stuff looks great. Wish they continued on the side. And then they kind of continued in the back, at least up on this belt right here. And I really do like it. It's a really cool looking thing. Hairpiece, not amazing. Blaster pistol, pretty cool. But I like its expression. He also has second expression. He's smiling this time, and that's pretty cool. I don't love the second expression faces because you kind of just have to switch them. It's a little annoying, but I wish there was some printing on the side. But other than that, great figure and a great Lego set.
Celebrating, right?
But I'm challenging you to a fight. Anytime, any place, anywhere.
See, to me, Tommy Gunn, I don't think he's a good villain. For some reason, I was giving him some positives in Rocky 5. You know what? Screw all that. He's not a good villain. He's just a jerk. Like, I think before, maybe he just left Rocky and drove and got in that car with his girlfriend or whatever, that black car, I don't even know. I thought he was fine. I thought he was okay. I think they were doing something interesting with him. But then they just made him an absolute jerk. So he was just so unlikable. Even more so than Mason Dixon. And even though I've crapped on him quite a lot, Tommy Gunn is way worse. Because at least Mason Dixon is just not being a jerk to Rocky. Like, he's just not a good person. But Tommy Gunn, like, what were they going for? This movie, it's odd. It's weird. I don't like this movie. And he was in Rocky 5, by the way. So, yeah, Tommy Gunn is the movie, literally. Just as bad as the movie, if not maybe worse. And he probably is the worst thing about the movie.
And Rocky Balboa would still be in this, quote, exhibition against the heavyweight champion of the world.
Now you have Mason Dixon. Mason Dixon, to me, my biggest problem with him is that he's a dick. Like, seriously. Like, they make him out to be kind of like, you kind of are rooting him, but it just doesn't work. He's probably my least favorite aspect of Rocky Balboa, along with the boxing elements. I think maybe the only reason why I think I gave Tommy Gunn, or looked like I was going to put Tommy Gunn ahead of Mason Dixon, is because I feel like there are other bad things about Rocky 5. But here, I mean, there's just no excuse. Like, Mason Dixon, just not a good villain. He's one of my least favorite. They just didn't do anything with him, really. Except for having fight Balboa, I guess.
Weighing 390 pounds.
Oh,
the
geez.
undisputed wrestling.
Next up, you have Thunderlips. Thunderlips is just so much fun. He's so funny. I love how him and Rocky are about to go get a pedicure at the end of the fight sequence. That was really funny. Rocky 3, I think, had the most fights of any of the films in this franchise. And honestly, this fight is probably maybe the best one. It's definitely the funniest of all of them. I love how, like, he's just, like, insane and he's strong. He weighs 325 pounds. And I love Rocky's reaction to it.
Oh, geez.
So, I mean, he's just so much fun. He's something I enjoy about Rocky 3. He's just a nice spice character. I'm glad they did not make him like the main villain of the film. That's what Clubber Lang's for. But here, he's just a nice spice character, I guess. And he's a ton of fun.
First back.
Number 5, we have Ricky Conlan. Ricky Conlan, the thing I like about Ricky Conlan is that he's kind of like Apollo Creed in some ways, but he doesn't quite. I think the actor that plays him doesn't quite have the charisma that Carl Weathers had, so he's not quite as good. One thing I don't really like about Ricky Conlan is that I feel like at times it just seems like he's being a little bit of a dick, like especially that sequence where like they're kind of like reporting, I guess. I don't know what it is called, what it's called, but like I think it worked kind of well in the first Rocky as well as Rocky 2 and 4. Here, it's just an odd scene. Like I wish they just made him a little bit more sympathetic, but overall, like I really do like what they did with him at the end of the fight, where he kind of felt like he was doing a good sportsman thing to Creed. I really did like that element, and he's a good villain, but not a great one.
Man, don't get a sucker no statue. Give him guts. I told you I wasn't going away. You got your shot.
Number 4, we have Clubber Lang. I thought Mr. T as Clubber Lang, I think I liked him a bit more in first watch. On second watch, I put him a little bit lower because I just didn't enjoy him as much. I love his overconfidence. He's like, I'm the best. I'm the best. Loved all of that. It's just so much fun. Mr. T does a great job. I love how kind of heavily trained he is and how dangerous he seems. And it looks like I think he actually wants to kill Rocky at times. I guess so does Drago, but not as much. And Clubber Lang is a great villain. Really enjoyed him in the movie. It was kind of a nice change of pace after Apollo Creed. And the fact that the fun part is that no one really liked Clubber Lang, unlike Apollo Creed or Ivan Drago. So it made it kind of fun to see him just like take down Rocky, and then you see Rocky take down him again. So kind of cool. And my only problem is that really the final fight with Clubber Lang is not that good because there's so many close-ups of the face. But that's kind of what hurts the villain just a little bit. And I thought he was in jail before the fight. I guess maybe not. But overall, just a very fun villain. I love how fast he talks, and yeah, he's just so much fun. So, great villain in Rocky 3, and Clubber Lang is at number 4.
Drago throws him off into the corner.
Kicking out the top 3 of Victor Drago. What's going on? Victor Drago, son of Ivan Drago, not as good as his father, just because I don't think the actor did as good of a job. But man, I think he was a great villain in Creed 2. Love how he's kind of just like knowing the fits. That's as Dolph Lundgren says earlier in the movie, and he's just legit dangerous. Like there are times where I feel like Ivan Drago asked him to kill Creed, and that was pretty interesting. And the best thing about this villain is that like you got to see a Creed versus Drago, something that maybe people have wanted to see. I mean, after Rocky 4, I would have been interested, and I knew Creed was a thing, so wasn't anticipating anything. So overall, great villain. Really do like Victor Drago. Not as good as his father, but still a great villain.
I must break you.
In my runner-up, we have Ivan Drago, or Ivan Drago. I have no idea what it is, or Ivan Drago. I have no idea. But honestly, kind of a super soldier, got like some steroids or something like that. They should have just taken that element out. Honestly, that's my problem with Ivan Drago. They did not need that. It was just no. No, I'm sorry, you did not pull that off. Even though I really enjoy Rocky 4, just no, the steroids, no, that did not work for me. But other than that, Lundgren does a great job. Kind of the silent, very unassuming character, unlike Clubber Lang, which is very like mouthful and loud. He is. And Drago only says few words, really, but they're pretty powerful. There's only, like, one time where he actually talks to people, like, other than Rocky, I guess, or outside of being on Russian. I guess I might be wrong. I don't know. But, honestly, Lundgren does a great job. Great in the movie. Great with kind of his opponent to Rocky and Apollo Creed as well. He killed Apollo Creed. Pretty interesting. I'm fine with that, honestly. Never loved that element. And he's another reason why Rocky 4 is so rewatchable. Yeah, move on.
Left-handed jabs right to the head. Bang. The champ stinging the slower challenger, jabs at will.
At number 1, we have Apollo Creed. Honestly, if it weren't for Rocky 2, I think Apollo Creed would be a little bit lower. But because you got first Rocky and then the second Rocky. First Rocky, you kind of develop him a little bit on how good of a fighter he is. Second Rocky, you kind of focused on him in his training quite a bit more. So, honestly, great villain. Not Victor Drago. Ivan Drago and Apollo Creed are tied, but if it weren't for the super soldier thing or steroids, whatever the hell you want to call it, I would have put Drago ahead. But honestly, Apollo Creed is just a great villain overall. Really great opponent in the first couple Rockies. Again, like Clubberling, but less so. I love his overconfidence and how like optimistic he is, and kind of how like much of a show off and how kind of fun he is. Like especially when you look at that scene in Rocky 4, it's just like so much fun where he's just presenting himself and then this like insane performers. I don't know. I just love it. It's just so much fun. I think maybe and I'm glad they became friends. Like maybe they shouldn't have killed him off in Rocky 4 because the friendship ended too quickly, unfortunately, and they shouldn't have done that. Honestly, not much else to say, but yeah. I really do like Apollo Creed. Great villain and a great friend to Rocky. As a character, he's easily my number one. So, anyway, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below. And go check out my Rocky Films ranking right here. And I'll see you guys next time. Adios, amigos.